Hey Tam fam, I'm Tara.
And I'm Mark.
Since being on the show last, I've lost an additional 20 pounds, which has brought my total weight loss to 218 pounds.
And I've gotten on medication for my type 2 diabetes, which has also helped me lose some weight. Maintaining that weight and getting lower is cooking better and eating better overall.
This journey started out as health and wellness, but it's also really brought about a lot of discovery, doing things like going to sporting events, going to concerts, being outdoors and doing things that are physical. It's really brought out things that I didn't know about myself that I actually do enjoy. We're both turning 50 this year. I feel like life is just now beginning.
Wow. Welcome back, welcome back. That was an update from Tara and Mark. Tara was part of a clinical trial for GLP-1 drugs and shared her life-changing journey in more than 200-pound weight loss you saw there on our first show, Summer of Skinny episode. Turns out our guests Ashley and Tara have never met but bonded and became close through their friend group on social media. This has set off a conversation amongst people who've never met but are on similar journeys. And we're back with Ashley, Natalie, and Becky, who are all on compounded versions of these weight loss drugs. Those are the cheaper, more accessible versions of some of the brand names. Also joining the conversation, ABC News medical contributor, Dr. Alok Patel, AKA the life of the party. You just celebrated you just celebrated your 40th birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
it's someone else's birthday too, I think.
Yes, birthday's in the house. I bring up the age 40 because for a lot of people, that's when you start to meet a little friend called metabolism. And you start to realize that life is not as easy as it was when you're 18 or 20. And then sometimes you learn that you have diagnosis, different things. 1 in 8 U.S. adults have tried a GLP-1 and over 15 million are currently using one. It's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
And that's not just people who want to be on a red carpet in a size 0. And I think so many people took that as the stigma first, that this was about vanity, when it wasn't, and it isn't. What are you hearing from patients now?
Exactly that it's more than just about vanity. It's about understanding that being able to control your weight helps you not only inside, but also outside when it comes to mitigating your risk of chronic disease, hypertension, diabetes, feeling better as you're aging gracefully with the plan that works for you. And I think there has been a lot of stigma when it comes down to weight gain and the crisis we're facing with people saying, oh, it's one solution, work out more, fix your diet, when we know that it is a multifaceted, complex condition.
Speaking of complex, now we get to these compounded drugs, these GLP-1 compounds. First of all, help us understand why they're called compounded.
So simply put, people need to understand that a compounded pharmacy does not mean it's a generic medication. So these are pharmacies that are basically making their own compounded version of these drugs that are supposed to be identical to an FDA-approved or a genetic version, but they aren't always. So sometimes there's different additives. There's different compounds inside those drugs, which gives physicians, healthcare professionals, a little bit of concern because they're not always FDA regulated. And so there might be contaminants, you might be at the mercy of the compounding pharmacy when it comes to making sure it's clean, but we're a realist, I get it. These medications are cheaper. You can go online and search for them. You're gonna see a whole host of different online pharmacies.
Are they required to tell us everything that's in the compounded version?
They are required to be transparent. That's what we want consumers to do, is to go on there and vet. Look at the ingredients. Look to see if there's third-party testing. Be an informed consumer and don't just fall for a good deal.
What's third-party testing?
So some of these compounded pharmacies will actually go and get independent testers to verify their medications for safety, efficacy, and the ingredients because the FDA is not always doing it.
And it should be on their website. So if you go online to purchase one of these compounded drugs, all of that should be on the website or available for you?
That should be on the website, and so should be information about state licensure. Are they legit? Can they do this in your state? And also, there is a pharmacy accreditation board for compounding drugs. You can look to make sure that it is actually certified by that board.
Okay, that's a big one. You caught my eye with that. Because I'm a little suspicious about what people might say is in something. But if there's a certification or
PCAB.
PCAB. And if they don't have that, okay, PCAB, if they don't have that,
I would be a little wary. And when in doubt, talk to your friendly neighborhood doctor about options for compounding pharmacies.
Are you hesitant in recommending these to patients?
not only myself, but a lot of my colleagues who we've spoken to over the years as part of the ABC News medical unit are hesitant, again, because we can't guarantee the safety, efficacy. If there is a side effect from a compounded medication, it's hard to say, oh, I know exactly why that is.
But don't they say the same thing about vitamins, for example? Like I'm on the fence about vitamins sometimes, not just because I don't like to take them, but people say vitamins, you don't know what you're getting necessarily. Is that the same, or am I being too shallow in my thought here?
No, you're on point with your thought. So the supplement industry, which is a multi-trillion dollar industry, is not regulated in the same way as medications. You and I could go online right now and start a side hustle selling Tamron and Alok's special potion and not have it regulated at all. Maybe we should.
No, we don't.
But it is not regulated. It is not regulated.
So it's that easy. We could just come up. So when we look at these compounded versions of these drugs, it's under the same skepticism some people might have of supplements.
I would say
more.
the skepticism is correct, but we're talking about different categories because I
Okay.
don't want to confuse supplements with
and I don't want
medications,
to
because there
either.
are situations when compounded pharmacies are needed, especially in times of a drug shortage,
Okay.
or if a specific individual patient needs a particular version of a drug.
You're not going anywhere. Our panel is sticking with us. Up next, she runs a med spa here in New York that offers the compounded version of GLP-1. How has business changed? She joins the conversation after the break.